Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Oh, it is morning. Well, it's morning in the US at least. Don't know where it is with you, but hope you're having a good day. It is. Yeah, it's early. Early is good. We like early. But, yeah. So, good morning, everybody. It is the 19th of February, in the year of our Lord 2021. I wonder where that came from, actually, thinking about where did the phrase the year of our Lord come from? Probably someone from Britain. Let's be honest, probably someone from the British Empire who said it and is stuck. But oh, that's good cup of tea. So, morning. Welcome to the stream. Just a quiet, casual stream. We're going to have a bit of chat, see how everyone's doing, and then we will play some Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, as evidenced by the large Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire logo in the screen below. So I played Pillars quite a lot. I have completed it once, but played for enough times that I know I've unlocked. So there's a feature in it called Bareth's favor points, which are basically like New Game Plus with extra stuff. So if you complete, if you complete the game once, and every achievement you do unlocks something different. So once you've unlocked a new achievement, you can spend those points, those favor points, to unlock features like more starting gold at the start of the game, better sales, achievements already unlocked, the whole map unlocked, all that kind of stuff. So I've done it a few times. I've unlocked quite a lot of them, so I've got a few perks unlocked on this one. Because we're going to do a run through called No Dwarf Left Behind, which is my own making, really. But more on that later. Just seeing how everyone is. If anyone's in chat. If no one's in chat, then I'll just talk to myself, and this is going to be incredibly interesting viewing. Post-viewing. Semi-post-viewing. One or the other. Also, my camera is there. So I have two monitor set up because I'm extra. On this screen I have all the Streamlabs stuff, so I can see what's actually happening. But my game is going to be on this screen. So, which is very helpful because I have that thing where I have to look at my face. Like, if I see a reflection of myself, I have to look at it. In the olden days, I'll be considered bewitched or an elf or something, but no longer that. So yeah, so my camera is there, and I'll try my best to look at the camera, but also I want to look desperately at my face. My horrid early morning face. But yeah, that's basically it, really. Yeah, so I'll play that a bit later. So I'll just explain a bit what No Dwarf Left Behind is. It's basically Pillars of Eternity has one dwarf who can join your party. Which of all the playable races / ancestry, they should really change to ancestry if they do Pillars of Eternity 3. They have your various humans, you have your various elves, you have the Awana, which are the kind of like Goliath race from the Deadfire, the Godkin, who are like avatars of the gods, children, something or other. I need to read the descriptions fully. And they also have the Orleans, who are like tiny fairy gnomes, but not. They're like fairy goblins. It's a weird description. You'll see it when you play the game, possibly. And dwarves. And during this game, there's only one playable dwarf. And he's not even playable. Like, you have to. So the game is split into companions and you've got companions and you've got your adventuring party. So your adventuring party are people who have like story quests attached to them. Like you've got Adir, who is basically looking for a woman he once loved, and you have to do a quest to find his long lost love and her kid possibly. Or Shoti, who's a monk who's like basically like a grave cleric if you play D&D. Like she ferries the souls of the dead around, and her lantern she carries with the souls, and it's getting a bit heavy, so you need to sort that out. So they are like quite substantial side quests, and are very much impacted by what decisions you make in the game. So depending on which faction you side with, some of the companions might leave, some of them might stay, whatever. But there are some companions who do not have a quest line, who you can recruit, are amazing to have in your party, just don't actually do anything. So one of them is Constantine, who I've already pre-recruited. But yeah, I mean, there's only like, if I think about it, there's only one companion who doesn't have like a major storyline where you can get something which interacts with them, and that's Reke, who is a gingerhead human, voiced by Sam Riegel, sorry, who doesn't speak common. So you can buy a strange tablet and then give the strange tablet to him, and then he'd be like, "Oh, I can read this," but you don't understand what he's saying. He learns some words further on in the game, but that's about it. So yeah, it's all good. We also have. So the idea of No Dwarf Left Behind is I was slightly sick and tired of not seeing any dwarves. Like, literally, you can recruit multiple humans in the party. Typical. You can recruit multiple Oana, multiple Godkin, multiple Orleans, and all this, but you can't recruit a dwarf. And you don't really encounter many dwarves in the world anyway. So, hello! How are you doing? I'm just saying a bit about the Deadfire, what we're going to play later, and the idea behind No Dwarves Left Behind. So basically it's the idea of playing Pillars of Eternity 2 with an all-dwarf crew. So what I've done so far is I've recruited all the main storyline companions, because that's just easier to get the quests going. Nice. So basically, we're going to play and dwarves are really good in fantasy, and I think they are underplayed. With Pillars, I've played the first one a little bit, and it was the problem I have with Pillars of Eternity 1 is the same problem I had with Mass Effect 1, where I played the second one, was spoiled, and couldn't go back and play the first one with the different mechanics. So Pillars of Eternity 2 has turn-based combat and real-time combat. I'm a turn-based combat person, which kind of ruined it when I went back to the first one and I couldn't play it. But they're like no dwarves in this second one, and you can only recruit a non-storyline companion dwarf, and that's it. So unless you played a dwarf yourself. So the idea of No Dwarf Left Behind is I recruited all the main companions, don't play them, and just recruit dwarves and play as a party of dwarves. There is a mod, I believe, where you have more Tolkien-inspired stuff happening. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, we're going to play that. At the moment, so basically, it's a good idea, yeah. And so what I've done so far is I use some of Barris Blessings, so which are basically every time you get an achievement in this game, you get points, which are called Barris Blessings, and you can spend those points to get perks. And what I basically did is I spent it on getting more money and some better starting armor. So when I recruit these dwarves, we can, make sure they're not, underpowered. So you know what? Let's actually quickly pop in to play a bit of Pillars. So at the moment, we should have. Oh, sorry. There we go. At the moment, we should have only 2 dwarves in our party. One is me. There we go. So in our party right now is one dwarf named Tug Seaman. Yeah, so snow. So the snow we've had here is it's melting now. We were fairly bad. Like the car was stuck, and it was very, very cold to go out anywhere. But we drove to St. Louis yesterday to sort me out. So, I'm going through the immigration process right now. So we went to St. Louis yesterday to get my fingerprints sorted. So the American government has never copied my fingerprints. Don't know why. They already have copies of my fingerprints. And my face. And my signature. Multiple times. But anyway. So we're heading over to... We drove yesterday and it wasn't too bad on the roads. Here is dying down. We can actually see the roads today. There was a point last week where the snowplows the city had hired were driving through, and then within 5 minutes the road was gone again. It got to the point actually where you could tell where they were ploughing because you could just see the eventual gradual rise of their stuff. Nice. Yeah, the process is going okay. So the immigration process, having been through 2 immigration processes, whatever. So the first one I went through was to get the job and come over here, which is fine. The issue we had then, which took a really long time, was because I was getting a work visa for a religious institution. Hey Gregory. Oh, thanks a lot, mate. And in 2 weeks, I think we're playing in 2 weeks, I think. So I can't wait to see what happens with that then. So the first immigration process that I did was for an R1 work visa to work for a church. The issue we had then was because it was a religious institution, they needed to get the church approved and confirm the church was actually a church. So we were waiting for... Hang on, we started the process in June, so it was June, July, August, September, October, November. We waited 6 months for a member of Homeland Security to come down to the church and just confirm it was a church. It literally took 10 minutes of someone going to a church, looking around, going, yes, it's a church. So we had to wait a long time for the first one, but then everything happened really quickly. This time round, there were a lot of challenges because I was already over here, and there was a deadline, so we had to get my visa changed. We had to start the process to change my visa very quickly because it suddenly wasn't. My last one wasn't suddenly around. Which we didn't plan. We got married, and we just planned to start this process. In a year's time. The church decided to terminate my contract 4 days after we got married. Kind of sped that stuff up. So it's going well. All the stuff. Oh, thank you for the host. Thank you. The process is going all right. To be fair, it's going a lot quicker than the last one, relatively speaking. So we've started the process. We've got everything submitted. Everything's filed. Biometrics are done. That's a big hurdle. The next up, I need to get a medical done. I need to get my medical done at some point. And then I need to... yeah, and then we can go for the interview at some point. But everything right now seems to be going alright. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's going okay. Like, compared to the first one, I will say this. The first time I did the immigration process, I was... you know, I'm going to switch back to this one. There we go. Let's switch out this one. So, yeah, the first one was fine. You know, the first process was fine. It just took a really, really long time. And that was the problem. It was... So I was working... I wasn't working in the UK. I was trying to find jobs, but that wasn't... You know, trying to work for a company, and then... Trying to work for any company, and then say, hey, I'm working on a visa process. You know, it really doesn't go well down with them. So, I wasn't working. I was trying to find jobs. Still trying to do this immigration process, but it was just taking a really long time. And then having people tell you it's not going to work, it's not going to go through, really isn't something you want to hear. So it took a really long time, but then when everything happened, it kicked off really quickly, and we were sorted within, like... I think we got the answer for the first time that I got the immigration stuff, like, mid-November. A week later, the paperwork arrived. I had booked my appointments the following day in London for immigration at the embassy, and went down and got it all sorted. And it was literally, I was done within a week. And then I flew out 4 days later. So it took a really long time waiting. Then everything happened really quickly. With this process, it's kind of the opposite, where everything's happening. It's happening slowly, but it's still... There's no sense of what's happening. Mainly because our lawyer told us up front, you know, it's going to take a while, and I was happy for it to take a while. With some of the stuff we've been told recently, you know, it could be a lot quicker. But, you know, my brain is very much, this is a next year problem. I'm happy for it to be a next year problem. I don't want it to be a this year problem. Not because I don't want it to happen this year. I just don't want it to... I don't want it to be a case of, let's get my expectations up and it will happen. So... Anyway, let's go back to playing games, because I like playing games. So, my dwarf, Tug Seaman. He's... Yeah, this year has so many problems already. So Tug Seaman is is my paladin rogue, because I do multi-class. I am that kind of gamer in this game. And our other recruited companion is Constantine, who is a barbarian skald howler. So the one thing I do like, I will say, about Pillars of Eternity is you have like your individual class, but then the classes, when you multi-class, give you a new class name. So a 6th level barbarian chanter is going to be called a howler. A rogue paladin is called a holy slayer. I really like that concept, which it just works really well. So we have some... How much money do we have? We have 4,851 plus all these random, really nice magic items. So it's really... I really like it. It's one of those things where I want to try and include this in an RPG setting. But trying to put it into an RPG setting kind of falls apart when some of the classes or some of the subclasses are already classes. So let's talk to this guy here. Hello.
What can I do? See anything you like?
Hang on, it doesn't sound like the sound is good. Let's turn the sound up. That's why. Because the voice acting in this is really good. I will say that. So.
Now, what can I do for you?
Hello. You.
See anything you like? You let me know.
Sounds good. Right. See you then. let's recruit a new member. Why not? Who's lurking in the chat? Who's lurking in chat? I think my sister is lurking in the chat, to be honest, but who is lurking? Everyone's lurking. I like it. So let's do a. Am I 6th or 7th level? Let's double check that. So I'm 7th level. Constantine is 6th level. But Constantine's about to level up. So let's try and make. So we can have 5 party members, which is really good. So let's double check. Let's do math. It's early enough. Let's do math. So I can recruit. So the way you can recruit people in this game is that once you can recruit the level lower than your highest level in your party. So, and it's cost gold and all this stuff. So let's work this out. It's 1,500 gold to recruit one 6th level character. I have 14,851 gold, so I can recruit 3 members, which is what I actually need to do stuff. So as you can see, here's some of the classes. You've got, I think these are all the classes. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. So you got your typical wizard, your monk, your druid, your barbarian, your ranger, your cipher, which is a really good psionics class. Your chanter, which are like your bards, your paladins, your fighters, your priests, and your rogues. So they're all really good, and as you can tell, you've got your godkin here, who are like children of the gods. They're kind of like your Genasi slash Tiefling slash Azamara if you're doing if you're doing it in D&D terminology. Why not? Because let's just do D&D terminology. Yeah. So ancestries, you've got your humans, your Orleans, who are like your fairy goblins. You've got your Orwana, who are the native people to this land. They're kind of like your definitely Goliaths when you see them. They're really well built, really tall, really strong. More Deaf Godkin are really cool. And your elves. Typical elves. The fun one is, if we really wanted to, we could make a Godkin dwarf. Because, strangely, it's a weird concept, people. But, I got there. So a Godkin doesn't have to be human. So you can choose what height you want them and all that. So let's recruit. Let's recruit a 6th level adventurer. Yeah, let's do that. So Ooh, hang on. Friend has messaged me. Oh, you did! Hang on. Sorry, a friend of mine just won. Speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, just won a D&D book. Just won a free D&D book. And she's asking me for suggestions, so let's do that. So, we will choose, again, things I hope they improve. Sorry, just running to messages. So, yeah. So, character creation is actually really easy in this game. You pick your gender, you pick your ancestry, race, and then you pick your sub-race. You pick your class or your multi-class, and you pick your attributes. Then you have your culture, which I really like, because that replaces your background, effectively. Then you pick your weapon proficiency, you customize what you look like, and then you're done. So yeah, it's one of the two. So let's do it. Let's do this in order. First person in the chat to comment a gender gets to choose the gender, basically. Also, I love the music in this game. It's genuinely really relaxing. But I'll just quickly show you what you're doing. So we've got, you do your gender, then you have like your Amwawa. So kind of like the massive Goliath folks. You got your dwarves, which we're going to be playing as. But if we don't want to choose a dwarf, we can choose a godlike, who then can be dwarf height, which I'm not opposed to because that makes a lot of sense. You got your elves, you got your humans, and then you got your Orlans, who are fairy goblins. And then, as you can see, each race has their own sub-race. So you got your wild or your half. Wild ones are basically your proper fairy goblins, and your halves are like your hobbits, basically. So, then you've got your Godkin. I will say this, Godkin I really like. They're a really interesting take on like your Tieflings, your Aesamar, and your Genasi. But in this game, then you have 4. You have your Death God, which I really like with the Death Gods. Your Fire Gods, your Moon Gods, and your Nature Gods. The downside, I will say, about playing a godlike, godkin ancestry is that you cannot wear hats. Yeah, I know, it's because of all the headgear, you can't wear hats. Wow. That's fine, I just don't watch. I get really annoyed when I can't wear hats. It's like, you're restricting me. Yes, they have really good, like, one-off things that happen if you do certain things, but come on. Let them wear a hat. I mean, look at the Death God. Look at the Death God. They can wear a hat. I mean, admittedly, they have a very tiny mouth and nose just here. And very big horns. But come on, let them wear a hat. The dwarves, we only have two. On here, we only have 2 dwarves. You have your Boreal dwarves, who are more like, which again, they're more like, they're basically dwarves that live in the wilderness. I mean, the white that wins is basically the polar ice caps, and you know they like going in like either remote islands or going in somewhere else. So, but they basically. But you know they basically get so each, again, this is kind of hang on, what's that? So effectively each sub-race has their own perk, which is the same with following D&D, same D&D. So Boreal Dwarves just basically get advantage, or more likely to hit creatures than miss creatures. So it's like the certain creatures like oozes, fungi, plants, and ogres, scalders, trolls, Vishak, and Zautrips. Which Zautrips are really funny. They're like kobolds in a way. It's basically in the game you have misses, grazes, hits, and critical hits. So a miss, you just completely miss. A graze is basically they take a damage reduction, but you still hit. So it's like you hit, but not good enough. So this just makes them more like to hit stuff. And mountain dwarves are basically mountain dwarves, i.e. shield dwarves, and are basically better at resisting status effects. If we choose a Godkin dwarf, depending on the Godkin, you got your, or Godlike. I like Godkin better. It rolls off something easier. Godkin have a couple of things. So they actually have two. So Death Gods basically get more damage when a creature is near death, and they have a power level increase when they're near death. Fire Gods get an additional armor rating when they are low on health, and they do fire damage when they attacks them with melee attacks, which makes sense. Look at them, they've got literal sun for a head, and then they're naturally resistant to fire damage. Moon Gods I really like. They only have one thing, but basically every time they go to hurt, bloodied, or near death, they basically do a healing wave around them, which is really good. And then your Nature Gods, you know, they get an increased power level whenever they've got a whenever they get a inspiration, they get more power, which makes sense. So basically, you got your Nature Druids. You've got your, I really like the Moon ones, I've got to say. Your Fire ones and your Death ones. Your Death ones are pretty cool, but we'll just go for the humans. Why not? So we've also got, as your humans, you got your Meadow Folk, your Ocean Folk, and your Savannah Folk. All of them get their own stuff, but we're not going to play with humans. Elves, you get just your Wood Elf or your Pale Elf. Basically, one's just, you know, better at resisting fire and ice. One of them is just better at resisting things that stop them from moving. Then you, Omara, have your island or coastal. One of them basically means you hi, Holly! Hi! We're making a good dwarf. We're playing No Dwarves Left Behind. So, we're going to play dwarves. Make a dwarf. First things first. Choose your gender. Male or female. Again, if they did Pillar of Eternity 3, I'd kind of, as we go through, I'll explain a bit more, but I kind of want to change the gender options. We'll change sex to gender and kind of remove it if possible. Or like, to kind of do what they do Splatoon 2, where basically you just choose your appearance rather than your gender, and then you choose your race. So yeah, but we changed race to ancestry because it is ancestry in this, especially with the culture versus background, which we'll get to later, which is just really good. So, male or female, Holly? Female, awesome. Right, you have two choices. You can either be a dwarf or a godlike dwarf. So your dwarves you have two subclasses as a dwarf. As a godlike, you have four subclasses, sub-races, sub-ancestry. So you can either choose a full dwarf or a godlike dwarf. Godlike, you have death, fire, moon, nature. And as a dwarf, you have boreal or mountain. So dwarf or godlike is the next option. Moon dwarf! Yes! Haha. Moonlike dwarf. There we go. Right, single or multi-class. And so this game, as I've said earlier before you came on the stream, has a really good thing in it. So when you pick a single class, you can go right the way to the max level, but you can't. But if you multi-class, you can't go to the max level. But if you multi-class, you basically get a new class generated depending on what combo you do. So, just for the sake of purposes, the classes you can choose from are Barbarian, Chanter, the Bard, Cypher, like a really good psionic class, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Priest, Ranger, Rogue, Wizard. Rangers get an animal companion. If you multi-class, you get to choose two of them, and then they create their own new class. So, for example, just an example, you want to be a wizard. Each class has their own subclass as well, to make everything more complicated. Let's say, for example, or you can choose no subclass. Let's say you choose a wizard, and you choose your second class. As you can see here, if you choose a wizard barbarian, you become a warlock. If you choose a wizard chanter, you become a lore master. If you choose a Cypher wizard, you become a Hierophant. Druid's wizard sorcerer, druid fire battle mage, sage, arcane knight. So this is the same for all the classes if you multi-class. But I'll leave it up to you. So the first question is, do you want to multi-class or single class? So far in the party we have Tug Seaman, who is a Holy Slayer, so he's a Paladin Rogue. And we have Constantine, the Howler, who is a Barbarian... Yeah, he's a Barbarian Skald. No, he's a Skald. No. He's a Barbarian Chanter, Skald subclass. It gets complicated very quickly. So, single or multi-class? Again, like, if... I kind of like the fact... Speaking for myself, like, multi-class, okay. Which multi-class do you want out of the options there? And then, depending on what you click on, you can look at the subclasses. I really like how the fact that in multi-class in this game, I gotta say, that I just really love it, the fact that you have... Whatever your two multi-class options are, they create a new class, and that is your class. I really love that. Like, and it's not a case of. As you level up, it's not a case of you have to choose either A or B. It's for like every couple of levels. It's Ranger, okay. So, Ranger, you can choose either a no subclass. Ghost Heart, which means if your animal companion dies, you basically summon a spectral version of your animal companion. Sharpshooter, you're basically better at hitting and critting. So like hit is so on the attack roll, if you roll over a 50 to 99, you hit. And if you crit on 100, but by this they reduce it down. Stalker, you're better at, you have a higher deflection rate, so more likely people to miss you, and a better armor rate if your animal's within 4 meters of you. And Arcane Archer, you get the ability just to shoot missiles, which are magical. Or you can have no subclass, which is also an option in this game. And yes, you do get to choose your animal companion. Your animal companions are... all of them apart from Ghost Heart. Ghost Heart, you need to summon them. The rest of them, the animal companion is there for always, and you get to name your animal companion as well. Stalker. Gotcha. So, your first ability, you got basically Hunter's Mark or a Wounding Shot. But what do you want your animal companion to be? Stag, wolf, lion, bear, antelope, or boar. All of them have their own various abilities, but choose which one you want. So you got your initial abilities are basically like your Wolf for the Moon Druid, gotcha. And let's just say Hunter's Mark, so you can get Wounding Shot quite quickly. Okay, what do you want your second class to be? And as you can see, as your second class, you get, depending what you choose, depends what your class, your new class becomes. So you can either become a barbarian, and your class will be known as a savage, a chanter, and you'd be a wild rhymer, cipher, seer, druid, beastmaster, fighter, hunter, monk, wanderer, paladin, shepherd, priest, itinerant, rogue, scout, or wizard, geomancer. I really love the multi-class names in this. I'm going to keep saying this for a really long time. They are really awesome. And by the way, this is all before we get to the actual stats and everything. This is just based on the early stuff. It's really like... I genuinely... Chancer or Cipher. So... let's just try... We've already got a Chancer, let's try Cipher. Do you want to be... Then you got your various ones. So you got your Ascendant, which basically means that if you're at full focus, which is the pool of energy you use, you do more damage. You got your Beguiler, so you're better at deception stuff. Your Soul Blade, which basically means you whenever you make a melee strike, you consume do more damage. Or your Scion class, you lose the ability to actually generate psi stuff, but you basically have an ability to generate it all. Or you can be no subclass. So you got more of your save up, big explosion. You got your you're more about deceiving, decepting, and you. Oh, and you recover focus when you do stuff on sneak attack spells. Soul Blade is more about melee, and then you got your Scion, which is basically you're basically more of a scholarly type. Beguiler, got it. And then you want a deception spell. So Ice Strike, Tenuous Grasp, or Whispers of Treason. Actually, Ice Strike would be good because Ice Strike is very good. Or Tenuous Grasp, which is the largest one. Let's do Ice Strike. So, what do you want to call your animal companion? Okay, when I first played this game, I played it on my wife's computer before I bought it for myself. And I played a Blood Wizard, Artemis. Okie dokie. I'll just do your stats. You want to be able to hit stuff. Yeah. You want to be able to do a bit of damage. You want to be a bit healthy, and you want to kind of have more effects on that. Yeah. So your culture, which again, this is something I really like. So your culture is just where in the world. So you can. Okay. If you are doing a homebrew world, listen up. You know, it's. I know, like in D&D, they kind of say, you know, wood elves are all from woods and forests and all this stuff. In this, you can have a race or an ancestry from anywhere in the world. You just take on aspects of that culture, which is the same, you know. I'm English. I was born and raised in England, in Britain, and then I moved to America. You can very tell I'm not American. So, but your ancestry just gives you a bonus to 1 point. So you can be from the Adir Empire, which is one of the old empires of the West. You can be from the Deadfire Archipelago, which is where we are right now. The Zamatil Plains, which is more like Savannah. Olvalia, Merchant Empire. The Rautai, which are like the coastal Amara, folksy. Not folksy, like beach, Fijian kind of theme. The Living Lands, which are basically like massive forests, and the White That Wends, which is basically the Great, like Canada. So Holly, you can choose which one you want. Each of these gives you a bonus to something. So the way attributes work in this game is that it's every point gives you a bonus, but every 5 gives you a major bonus after that. Which is, like, weird. It works, though, especially because it's a game. So, effectively, like, Living Lands, got it. And then, what's your job? So this is where, like, I really like the culture and background. Like, you know, depending on your culture, depends on what your background is. So each of these gives you a bonus to your skills. So you got your colonist, your drifter, your explorer, your hunter, your laborer, your mercenary, your merchant, and your scientist. So in this game, they have some of the skills I explained. So you have your Arcana, which is your magic, but you also have Metaphysics, which is basically looks at planar travel and interplanes and what happens after life and death. And let's see if I can find something else in here that might explain it. No, it's the only one. Yeah. So like your so it's different to magic, but so there's some. So let me see. I'm not explaining this well. You have some skills which directly impact your game, i.e., they impact what you can do. So your Arcana and your Explosives basically impact how well you throw bombs, how well you make potions, how well you make spell scrolls, and how effective they are. Drifter or Scientist. Drifter, you get Sleight of Hand, Bluff, and Streetwise. Scientist, Explosive, Metaphysics. I think Drifter might make more sense because you want to be you saying you're a beguiler, so you're better at bluffing, pickpocketing, and streetwise. Weapon proficiency. So in level 1, you get access to 2 weapons you're proficient with, unless you're a certain subclass of fighter. And then all it basically means, the way this game works with weaponry is you can use all the weaponry you like. Just if you're proficient in it, you get access to a bonus feature. So let's take, for example, the Aquabus. You know, you get an aimed shot, which basically means you lose some initiative, but your shots are more accurate. Like, you can have this normally, and you can shoot, but you don't have the aim shot ability. Same with the let's take a longbow, your warbow. Sorry, you know, normally you play it, that's fine. If you have proficiency in it, you can penetrate more armor. So you have the arbalest, crossbow, hunting bow, warbow, acrobats, sorry, blunderbuss, pistol. Then you have like your scepters, your rods, and your wands. Then various one-handed weapons from daggers, stilettos, swords, rapiers and sabers, etc. Your shields, small, medium, and large. And then your two-handed weapons. How do you feel, Holly, about ranged weaponry? And if so, which ranged weaponry would you think? Or do you want like a mixture of like ranged and one-handed, or ranged and melee? Your choice. Bow, yeah. Hunting bow or warbow, or both. So a hunting bow means you can fire more arrows, but with a cost of accuracy, which just means you fire more arrows. And your warbow means you penetrate armor more. There you go. That would help if I did that in the first place. I think I have a warbow in my inventory actually already, which might be helpful. Hunting bow, got it. And what do you want for your second weapon? Or if you want a weapon you want to look at closer, let me know. So we've got hunting bow. During the game, like, I've played this a few times, I've only encountered a couple of arbalists, which is, I know there are some, but the arbalists I've encountered are all magical, which is interesting, honestly. So you've got like your stilettos, you got your daggers, your battle axes, clubs, flails, hatchets, maces, warhammers, swords, stilettos, spears, sabers, rapiers. You've then got your estocs, great swords, morning stars, pikes, pole axes, and quarterstaffs. Ha 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 ha. Again, I don't think I've encountered a quarterstaff in the game that isn't magical. He's just thinking about it. I probably have. I want to think about some more. I think there is definitely a magic item I've encountered. I've definitely encountered. I must have encountered a normal quarterstaff. Unless I never bought it. That would be it. Possibly. Warhammer! Gotcha. So, your perk you get when you're proficient with it, basically, you get additional penetration at the cost of initiative. But we're doing turn-based, so initiative is kind of fine. Basically, it means that you do more damage compared to the... And now, the fun one. Let's just pick a Moon God. That's the Moon God portrait. Colours, I'm going to pick because I have a colour pattern for all my people on my crew. Your skin is that colour. eyes and hair you can choose, but basically, because you're a moonkin, you have various shades of blue. Dabba dee dabba die. The important one though is head 1 or 2. Again, I gotta say, right, so the way this godlike moonkin, whatever, the way her halo is right now is the way I envisioned my my Aasimar Bardlock has a halo. So like the way it starts, like he has a tiny impression on his forehead, because I have a scar on my forehead, like a tiny scar like that. Head 2, yeah, and then goes into that. Ugh. Then you have all the various hairstyles, which, oh dear me, you got like your buns, more of your buns with cornrows with loop-de-loops from Avatar. That's definitely a Katara style haircut from Avatar. Definitely that. Then you got more hairstyles. I did get the expansion pack to get a lot more hairstyles, but... And don't worry, because you're a moon god, you can't wear headgear. It's annoying. But who wants to hide the half moon? Ha 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 ha. Then you got like your longer hairstyles. Mohawks. This is like the, hey, you want to play Storm. This is the, hey, you want to play Punk. This is the, hey, you want to play Barbarian, but you don't want to have the shaved sides. Let's go with that one. As for a voice, I know which voice to pick.
I've got your back! Alright, I'll go take a look. Uh-huh. I promise to lead with mercy, patience, and compassion.
Like the 2 plat. Like, is that the 2 plat? That's not a plat. Where's the 2 plat? Is that a plat? Is that a 2 plat? That's not a 2 plat. That's a single plat? No, it's not. That's not. Ah, what is 2 plat? Is that a 2 plat? I should give these like little names. That's 2 plat. That's Katara bangs, I think. I don't understand it. Yes, okay. Awesome sauce. I have the crit roll voice pack because it came with the game.
Go for the eyes, Trinket!
That's Vex, who was the hunter in the game.
I'm sorry, but you have to be stopped.
Or you can have...
Finish them! Attack! Ah! To whispers and shadows. Yes? I shall lead us. Ah! Let us end this! I guess this is it.
I won't let you hurt my friends!
That sounds nice because you're a moon god. And then... your pose. Because you're kind of like a moon god, let's try pious? Or because you're a bit beguiling, like heroic, hunched, roguish, sassy, stoic, sullen, sickly, erudite. Pious it is then. And then finally, what do you want your adventure to be called, Holly? Let's name your adventurer, who will join the party of dwarves in No Dwarf Left Behind. Ha ha ha. as it is. Go through my sheets to find Marion. Yeah, oh, that makes so much sense. I do like Marion. So there you go. There is your class. And then, because Marion is level 6, we can level her up. But first, so we got Tug, Seaman, Constantine, and Marion. Let's give Marion weaponry first. So you are trained in the hunting bow and warhammer. So where's a hunting bow? Okay, hunting bow. Oh, that was weird. That went weird. And warhammer. Let's do a warhammer in this hand. Let's give you. Let's give you some medium armor. Let's give you can't wear headgear or an eye patch. So let's give you a. Let's give you that. Let's give you. Let's give you an amulet. And let's give you that for now. So, let's level you up. So, when you level up, you have 2 skills. You can choose to level up straight away. You get either the active skill, which are things like alchemy, which says how powerful your potions that you make are, your arcana, you know, how powerful scrolls are when you use them, athletics, how much health you get with second wind, explosives, how big bombs are, mechanics, how good you are at disabling traps, sleight of hand, how good you are at stealing, and stealth, how good you are at being stealthy. You're good at sleight of hand and mechanics. Let's do mechanics because we need to pick locks some more. And then your bluff, diplomacy, history, insight, metaphysics, religion, streetwear. So let's do survival because we're not really that survivalist in this group. As you level up, every couple of levels you have 1 option to pick from both classes, and then some levels you get 2 options, 1 per level. So you only have 1 thing at this level, but let's add another deception spell. Oh, actually, no. Let's make your companion more resilient. Because we want your animal to... We want Artemis to survive. Let's do mechanics and streetwise. Let's do... sneak attack damage, more damage, or faithful companion. Let's do more damage for your animal companion. And then let's do your sleight of hand and your survival. This one where you can upgrade 1 per class and you get your new level. So you want to have... you want to probably have training whip so you can get your stuff back quickly. And let's give you the ability to heal your ranger companion, which is what you want. What do you want your new weapon proficiency to be? So like I like the way it works. Like if you do single level single class, you get more points to spend because you can go higher up the tree. But in multi-class, you can customize it a lot more. So in my first run, I did a Holy Slayer elf who dual-wielded swords and had a cloak where if he killed someone, he went invisible. Quarterstaff, got it. So it was, I go up to someone, kill them with my dual swords, dealing a lot of damage. I go invisible. So I instantly have sneak attack on my next attack, which does double damage for me at higher levels. Let's do streetwise and mechanics. I need to pick locks. Let's get you a higher level deception spell. So flanked is a good thing. Flanked gives you sneak attack. Higher levels again. Let's get. Let's do that and that, and let's, because you're using ranged weapons. Actually, no. Let's give you ability to more protect with your companion. Oh no, range weapons. There we go. That's what we want. And level 6. There we go. So I'll just pause and we'll go outside. So hopefully you can see your companion. I don't think I have a quarterstaff, which is weird. So there you go. Then there's Artemis. Artemis, who has nearly as much hit points as you do. So yeah. Let's go back in the bar. And when that happens, we're gonna roll some dice. Ha ha ha. So where are you? Where are you? There you are.
Now, what can you see?
Let's hire another 6th level adventurer. So, let's have another female in the party, and then 2 and 4. So that's a D6. Luckily, I have a D6 just here. 5. So 1, 2. No, it can't be a D6 because there's 2 there, and yeah. Oh, it's another moon god. We've already got a moon god. Dwarf. We've already got one of them. 2. There we go. Let's go then. Yeah. Let's multi-class. Ah! Enjoy getting the groceries, and be safe getting the groceries if the weather's still bad with you. If the weather's still awful, be safe. We didn't get groceries yet. Alright, when we finished all the biometrics yesterday, we didn't get groceries, we got snacks. But we needed to. It was a weird day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, D12. Oh no. It seems my clickety clacks needs to be in a case rather than there. So D12. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fighter! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do a D6. Roll again on the 6. 5! Tactician. They're basically very good at They're very good at being... Okay. Let's do Discipline Barrage. And let's do D12 again. 3. 1, 2, 3. We've already got them. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm running all of them. God, you just want me to have swashbucklers. Let's do... Okay, let's do Debonair. No, let's roll it actually. D6, let's see what we get. Oh, nice! Nice! So let's do 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trickster. Hey! That'll do. Let's do Crippling Strike. We want to have a bit of might, bit of constitution. You want to be quite quick. You definitely want to hit, and let's make you quite high resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's roll a d8 and roll again on the 8. It's a 3, so we're from the Ixtamal Plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's roll a d10 and roll again on the 10. 8. Be a philosopher. I kind of want firearms. Let's give an Aquabus and a... What's your one here? What do you get? Yes, let's get a crossbow. Actually, you definitely want a crossbow. And we are red and black in this party. Let's do black and a little grey. And let's do purple eyes. Why? No, let's do brown eyes. Why not? And then, yeah, let's keep that. Let's do that.
Quietly now.
Onward.
And your heroic. Random dwarf name. Anybody. Female dwarf name. Fantasy name generator. Come to my aid. Fantasy name generator. Fantasy name generator. Fantasy name generator. Dwarf. There we go. You know what? Let's roll a dice. Hello everybody. Let's roll a dice. Devalin's 1, Tansy 2, Hella 3, and whatever 4 is, we'll just do Fantasy Ground. So, 3, Hella. Hella it is. And then let's level Hella up. 2, 6. So, we want... you want your insight to be quite good. Kind of want her to have... Yeah, let's give you the ability to run quite quickly. Yeah. Then we want to increase insight again, and we want to increase stealth again for you. Let's do the knockdown action, because that's kind of helpful. This is the one we can do all of them. Let's increase your streetwise and your mechanics. Oh, heck. So this is the... We want to be able to... We want to be able to do decent range damage. Let's do confident aim for that. And as a rogue, we want the ability to, if I can find it, blind a target. And let's do a Arbalist, why not? Then let's do mechanics and that again. And let's increase... Actually, this ability to hide might be quite helpful here, thinking about it. And then 6. Let's do streetwise. Let's do insight. And let's do stealth. And then let's increase... I should have checked if it's a two-handed weapon. Yeah, it's a two-handed weapon. Bows are two-handed weapons. It's a two-handed weapon. Let's try that one. Let's see how that goes. And then let's give her some armor. So we don't need any of that. None of that. None of that. None of that. Don't need any of that. So you can wield Arbalists, arquebuses and crossbows. Let's give you an Arbalist, because that's a two-handed weapon. Let's see how you do with that. And then let's give you special armor, because I took that off. So what I did is, for those who don't know, we are now... All the tutorial stuff is done. We've recruited all the mainline companions. So all the mainline companions are now in the game, but I basically took all their items, gave them basic items. They're going to stay on the ship now. This is part of the crew. As part of the Deadfire game, you can attack ships, and those of you that aren't in your active party will still participate and help you. So they're still leveled up. They're still going to help us out, but they're not going to be in our party. It's just going to be the dwarves. Unless I got all my original party killed, and then I can do that. Which I might do later on. I might set fire trap and just let them kill themselves. Anyway, let's give you an advantage to your perception checks. Look at that captain's thing, yeah. And let's give you an advantage to your suppress afflictions. And let's give you a nice cape. Well, let's give you a black cape actually. There we go. That's nice. Yeah. There is Hela. So we have Hela, Marion, Constantine, and Tug Seaman. And for our last companion,
You see it?
to recruit our last companion. Let's roll a d6. 1, 2, or 3. It's going to be a male. 4, 5, 6. It's going to be female. 1, 2, 3 female. 4, 5, 6 male. It's a 3, so it's going to be a female. 1 to 6. It's a 6. So we're having a nature godlike dwarf. Let's do multi-class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's draw a d12. Where's my d12 gone? There's my d12 gone. Wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll d8, and we'll re-roll on the 8. Re-roll on the 8. Okay, we have an evoker. This should be fun. Let's just do missiles. It's always a good one to have. And then d12, re-roll on the 12. Okay. Interesting. We're going to have a druid. That is going to be very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and re-roll on the 6. We're gonna be an animist, which is good. Animist is basically the basic class. Let's give you the ability to heal, since you can't heal as your evoker. And let's do a d4. See what you shift into. You shift into a cat. Let's do a d6 actually, because I didn't see the bottom one. You shift into a cat still. We want you to be able to we want you to be able to do some damage. We want you to be able to hit things. And we definitely want you to be able to actually resist things. So let's remove your dexterity and make that that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll the d8. See what we get. Enjoy dinner and lurking. Ah. Okay. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rautai. Yes, I agree with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Draw a d10. See what we get. 1. We are an aristocrat. Makes sense. Okay, you are a wizard. Wizards, let's give you the scepter, and let's give you a wand. And you are a forest. Actually, this might be a good opportunity to give the Keyleth portrait. Let's do the Keyleth portrait. Red, black. Let's make your hair orangey. There we go, that's orangey-ish. And let's make your eyes blue. Big horns or side horns. I kind of like big horns. And let's give them... You know what? Let's go punk rock. I like a punk rock.
I won't let you down.
And let's make you savage. Yeah. Another. So, Davlin, give us another name for a nature godlike. Yeah. So we have. So we have Davlin, Tansy, Ula. Or what order d4 did we get? Yep, we have Ula again. There we go. And then... Okay, so... Before we level her up, things I'm going to equip to Ula. 1, removing all the items we don't need. 2. Let's give you a grimoire. So wizards in this game, like wizards in D&D and all that stuff, have a spell book. So you can learn certain spells, but also different spell books can give you a spell as you level up. So let's give you the grimoire of Spark and Flame. As you can see, lots of... We don't get access to, like, these ones because we're not high enough level and we'll never be that level. So, there we go. Let's give you Scepter. Scepter. Key Scepter. There we go, I like that one. And let's give you a let's give you the area effect increase. We like that. And let's also give you the Fire Thrower's Gloves. You get +1 to Arcana and +1 to all evocation spells. So we definitely want that. Let's also give Deflection. I like Deflection. And will saves. And max health. You're a wizard. And yeah. So with all that, let's... Do you have a belt? Yeah, it's fine. So with all that, let's level you up. Let's do Arcana, and let's do Metaphysics. Okay, so as a druid, you can learn a load of spells first level, or get Fast Runner. As a wizard, you can learn a lot of spells, or get an extra arm. So the difference between wizards, all the casters really, is like your clerics, they learn their spells, you level up. You keep them, wizards can change them out. So as you can see here, we have a book equipped that gives us this spell and this spell. We also can't learn some spells because we don't have access to certain spells. We don't have access to transmutation or conjuration spells. So we have access to Spirit Shield, Eldritch Aim, Fleetfoot, but not Ghost Blades, Parasitic Staff, Sunless Grasp, you know, all these really nice spells. And we don't have access to any of these higher ones. So levels 8 and 9 we'd have access to, which is fine. So I kind of like the idea of being able to... Oh, and druids always get access to one spell plus whatever they learn. So we have a healing one and a sun one. Let's just give you the ability to disengage and run, because you're going to be disengaging and running a lot. You are a wizard. And let's increase your history. That's nice to have. I kind of want to give you reliably interrupting is always a good thing to have. Let's increase your metaphysics and your arcana again. Second level, so we have healing spell, and then depending on what kind of when we spirit shift, so when a druid spirit shifts in this game, which is going into beast form, you can learn to do additional damage and stuff, in addition to learning new spells. So we can either do one-handed, two-handed, two-weapon. Druid gain the ability to do certain types of damage increase, or weapon and shield. Let's do corrode damage. And as a wizard, what have we got? Weapon, shield, two-weapon, two-weapon. Yeah. Oh dear. Let's do... yeah, let's do one-handed style, why not? And give access to rods. And then finally, let's do explosives and metaphysics. And then let's give you a decent druid spell. Yeah, let's give everyone bark. That's a good one to have. Let's do Arcana and History again. And then let's give them... let's give them an interesting spell. Let's give them an interesting spell. Let's give them the ability to cast Shield on themselves, because you're a wizard. Right. There we go, we have the party. I just might change some things around. So you have a scepter. It's all good. You can also have something else. That's fine. Let's change things around. What can you equip? Let me remind you. You can do a pole axe, mace, or a battle axe. You have a pole axe. That's fine. You got a great sword. That's fine. I need to give you a better bow. Or a warhammer. But I don't have a better bow yet. So, right, with all that. Now we have the party. Let's just equip stuff. So, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, we want to make them target people prone. Yep, that's all good. Let's do the party. And let's go out. And let's go raid some boats, because we are pirates after all. Let's raid a couple of boats and see what happens. So we're currently in the port of Queensburg in Neketaka, which is one of the capitals. It's the capital city in the Deadfires, Deadfire Archipelago, which is where we are. We have a few quests right now, which are like to hunt bounties. So there are a lot of bounties out there to people to hunt. So some of them have already killed on the way over to get some money, because I spent some money getting them ready to the ship. Currently, right now, we have a small ship, which means that we can only have a certain amount of crew on the deck, and we can have a certain amount of weaponry and speed and all this stuff. So the plan is to go out now and hunt some ships to earn some gold to upgrade our ship. And once we upgrade the ship, we can name it, and then we can go out and hunt more ships and all this. I will do the quests eventually. Possibly. Yeah, I'll do the quests eventually. Here we go, Neketaka. So, I haven't discovered any of the world. I literally came straight from the starting place up here. Some locations we know because we've been told about them. Fort Deadlight is where there's some pirates. But I don't want to go attack them yet, because I just want to go hunt ships. Like an unaffiliated trade vessel. Let's attack them. So because of the different shipping companies and trading companies in the game, depending what flag you're flying, depends who will attack you on sight and who will just find you and whatever. As you can see, some of the old party are still out here, so you're the one who has to hunt. So let's give you the ability to have a better barrage, and let's give you the ability to cripple the lackey. That's what we want. And you go this way. Right. They're going to try to come over and attack me. There's a captain up here. Merchant up here I want to try and take out.
I'm with you.
So, hello, you are... Hello, Ula. Let's do some spells. Let's... Oh, I can't cast those spells. Right, that makes sense. Let's go forward and cast Bark on them, and then stay where we are. Artemis, you can't. You just attack the lackey. That's fine. That's all we need to do. Edar, he's doing good. Pagina, he's doing good. Say's gonna come and attack me with a spear, but he missed. Ha ha ha.
What?
Constantine is our Skald. No, he's our Howler, so he's a barbarian chanter. So let's... You know what? Let's run up here and frighten them. Laugh in their face, do it. Marion, you can... Let's Hunter's Mark with Merchant. And let's blind the merchant and everyone around them.
Yes?
Tug Seaman, your turn. Let's make you a sworn
Queen
rival,
awaits you.
and let's cripple them and hobble them.
Here, catch.
There you go. That'll do it. So I like the way the ship combat works in this. You can either do ship-to-ship combat, or just board them. I liked boarding them over doing ship-to-ship combat, partly because the combat works is very difficult to understand. It's all a lot of RNG stuff, but boarding seems to work most of the time, especially if you've got a really reasonably high-level party. And you can typically tell which ships are higher level than you because they chase after you. This is why you want to be higher level, because you can improve your ship to go faster and escape and stuff. Oh, you flanked me. Oh, that's rude. Oh no, you flanked them. Very rude. These are very rude people. Alright, Marion, what are you going to do? You're going to... We need to take out the...
I'll protect you.
Dead Fire Merchant. We definitely need to take him out.
Yes?
Tug Seaman. Let's kill the sailor.
A little something for you.
Let's keep them engaged. My aura is... accuracy, we want that. Artemis. Take out the lackey.
Hey there.
And then you can... Actually, can you hit everyone? No, you can hit me as well. Can you do Sunbeam? Which doesn't hit everybody in our party. You can do Sunbeam. See how that works.
Death to those who oppose the Republic!
Sailor's gonna attack the... Don't you attack the wolf!
What?
Rude person. Let's attack the lackey.
Like that, do you?
Yes?
Okay. Let's try and take out the merchant, maybe. Yeah, let's try to take out the merchant. At least they're down, that's good. Sunbeam. Blinded and burnt. So my Tug Seaman, as a Holy Slayer, is a Paladin of Garrote, which basically means if he attacks someone who is hobbled or has a status condition, he actually heals. So let's just hobble you, Sailor.
Watch my hands.
So I healed, he's hobbled,
Killing someone?
and then
Oh, please.
I can definitely get him later on. You take out the Sailor.
Hey there.
You just take out the lackey, that's all you need to do. Take out him. They're knocked prone. Oh no, you...
I'm
Oh,
here
no.
for you.
Take out the lackey, please. 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 Take out the
I'll
lackey.
protect you.
We need to take out the lackey. You take out the sailor. And they're flanked. Hello, where are you? Are you okay? What have you got? You can't run, you have a -5 to dexterity. So let's give you the ability to blind the person in front of you. Or explode them. That is also an option. They're going to stand up. And the next sailor is going to yell and attack you. Okay. You explode. Right. Critical hits in this sometimes cause the creature to spontaneously explode.
You need my help? Are you sure you want to do this?
Like that. So we've all succeeded. Let's share the coins with the crew and take all the items. I have all the ammunition and repairs I need, so let's leave them behind. Which is good. So we've done that ship. I need to earn a lot more coin to be able to do what I need to do. But it's fine. Let's just sail around. What do we actually get? Just thinking about it. Nothing majorly new there. Just some decent plate mail armor actually. Let's give the plate mail armor to you. Actually, yeah, let's give the plate mail armor wherever I had it to you. No, let's give you the second chance armor. That you kind of need that. Let's give the druid either the Maritai clothing. No. Yeah, let's give you the watch shaping robes. Makes sense with the druid thingy. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're just a bit of a... Yeah. Let's give you an improved armor rating, actually. There we go. There we go. So we need to find another ship to attack. The merchant over there. Go after the merchant, please. Go after the merchant, please. Oh, and every day you're at sea, you, depending on the food and water that you've given your crew, you either lose morale, gain morale, if you need healing, the healing will happen, and you also have to pay your crew, which is why it's very good to always make sure you have a lot of gold, especially if you do what I do and just like wander around for no apparent reason. Ugh. So our crew's changed again. So we have you. Who are you gonna do? Okay, let's Hunter's Mark the sailor and attack the sailor.
Guides me.
So I'm doing turn-based combat. This can be doing real-time combat. I like turn-based combat because honestly, real-time combat it doesn't really appease my brain.
Hey there.
So what are you gonna do? You know what? It's early. Let's just do fan the flames. Artemis, let's just go over here in case someone jumps. You're gonna get hit by the fire. You're gonna come in range. I'm happy you come in range. Happy with that. Oh, look, all those people in range. We're gonna get hit. Oh no. Let's just attack the lackey.
Like this, do you?
Oh no. Look at all these people getting in range of the fire fan spell. Oh no. What shall we do?
Another for the queen.
What shall we do? Oh no. Don't move closer. Please don't move. Oh no, you move closer.
The whirlwind.
You've been hobbled, so let's give you inspiration and let's hobble the merchant further.
That's the way.
So, as far as I'm aware, when this game was kickstarted, Yidwin, who just attacked, was going to be another companion that would have been a better side quest, but they didn't raise enough money in Kickstarter, so is still there. Effectively, vampire. Snow elf vampire with like some psionics and roguey abilities. The problem with some of this is that turn-based combat is a bit, but like they all gang up, which makes it very difficult to try and move around because you're always bumping into people. And sometimes the game glitches and you can't actually move, which is really unhelpful. Marion, hello again. You know what, Marion? Let's make everyone who is an enemy blinded.
Hey there.
Ula, let's. Because you did so well last time. No, there's too many people there. Attack the sailor. There we go. And then shift into a cat. Gears is gonna do that and make 2 people explode at once.
What?
Okay, Takeo. Make those shaken.
Yes?
Tog Seaman,
Killing
Tog
someone?
Seaman.
Please?
They're going to be attacked. They're all blinded. You can just choose who you want to attack. And put them to the ground. Joti's a monk. So monks in this game are very overpowered. But Shoti is a priest monk, so you can use some healing, but I made her just a monk. Which basically means the more damage a creature is, the more damage she does, which is very overpowered.
The Everlight guides me.
Which is a kind of interesting thing, is like, I don't know how they would make that a mechanic in an actual TTRPG, but like the more damaged a creature is, the more damage you would do as a monk. Actually thinking about something now, how I'd stab it up. I'd do a subclass where if you did try and, if you had a creature that was certain. Okay, I have everyone's flanked.
Hey there. Are you sure you want to do this?
Okay, cat person attacked.
Need something?
I'm here. Now you know how my scabbard feels.
Like, probably do a way where, like, if you're... Alright, this game is really good. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining Toxic City Rose. Thank you for joining. So... I played through Deadfire. So Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire was the first game of the Pillars ones that I bought and played. I prefer 2 to 1, and I really enjoy it. So I've played a few games like so. Yeah, so I've got Baldur's Gate 3 as well. They've already fine. So, by the way, at the end of every ship encounter, you gain morale, your crew gains experience, your crew levels up, you gain ranks, and you also gain items and all this stuff. So, I've played Baldur's Gate 3 like the other day, and since it came out, I've played Divinity, and I've played this. I prefer this. Okay, so my wife really loves Divinity Original Sin 2 and has played it through to completion but hates the ending. Pillars I like. For me, personally, I like a tactical game. Divinity is tactical, but it's also very... There's something I can't put my finger on I just don't like about Divinity. With Baldur's Gate 3, with all the work they're doing on it and the early access, it's working. And it works, but there's still stuff missing. But that's to be expected from an early access game. With Pillars, Obsidian made Pillars, yeah. Which, by the way, the fact that Microsoft now own all the major RPG studios, I really want to have an Obsidian, like a combo Obsidian, Bethesda and another one, do Pillars of Eternity 3, because this game is just, I love this game. If Obsidian makes a really good game and the mechanics in this work well, me personally, I really love creating a character in this game. I really love the way that the classes stat out. That effectively, I'm doing this on the medium difficulty, effectively, where everything's a bit of a challenge. And even if you can't create a character that is bad, in the sense that with Divinity, you can create a character and it doesn't work until a certain level. With this, you can create a character that's good from the beginning, and it's based on how you play, and I'm playing it on turn-based mode, and it's very tactical. There is a real-time strategy mode. I don't particularly like real-time strategy modes. I'm just putting it out there. But Pillars, I really love. Pillars 2 is a really good story. The fact that, without spoiling it, Pillars 2, without spoiling anything, there are lots of factions in this world, and your actions do impact which faction you support and you go to in the end. And those decisions do actually have consequences. I know it's a trope that every RPG has said where your actions have consequences. This one, for this one, you know, if you choose a certain thing, you will have a consequence to deal with. That's fine. With the way the game plays, it works. It's very simple to understand. You can heal. So when you're out of combat, you heal, and you gain all your resources back. So if you play Baldur's Gate, the moment you have the spell slots, you have to do your long rest and your short rest to get all the spell slots back.
I'm here
With this, you choose your spells leveling up if you're a caster, and you choose your abilities leveling up, and all that's as normal. But as you can see, we just did a combat, and now I've got everything back, which is good. So there's no sitting down, oh, I need to do a rest to get all my stuff back. You can go from combat to combat to combat, providing you have like 3 seconds to heal up. But if you die, you don't lose the character straight away. You have, I'm not sure if you can see it where my cursor is, you have 3 strikes, which is basically you have a wound. You have 3 wounds, you're dead. But each wound has a different thing, so either it reduces your max hit points, it reduces your stats, it reduces your ability to save. But you can heal that by going to the camp and resting. And it just has a small passage of time happen.
I'll protect you.
Let's do that. But it plays really well. The mechanics are really easy to understand. There isn't a learning curve, if that makes sense to anyone. Like with Divinity 2, for example.
Hey there.
To me, there was a learning. Like the tutorial area was way too long, and just really pushed it for me. And it was like every time I was like in situations where like, this is ridiculous, I have to learn how to do something new now. With this, you have tutorials pop up, but that's it. You don't have to relearn things because it's really instinctual. Like even like for me, I never used the empower setting, which is if you're in a really long combat, you can refill half your resources. So if you're in a really long combat and suddenly more enemies start appearing and you're out of all your resources, do that and you get them back. It's as simple as that. Let's do cat mode and attack the lackey.
Cutting you down the side.
Oh, you're a hyena. Got that. Hyena cat mode. in terms of a game that you want to play, I would say play this. I'd say play this first for the mechanics. It's really well done. Mechanics are good. It is like so. The mechanics are a lot easier to understand. It's not as busy, and that's not saying it's bad.
What?
Like I know some people who think that a game that's not very busy, doesn't have a lot of UI and lots of happening on screen, is a very bad game. It's so with Pillars. I played Pillars 2 first before I played Pillars 1. Playing Pillars 1 after I played Pillars 2 is the same thing that happened with me when I played Mass Effect 2 before I played Mass Effect 1. They refined the mechanics in Pillars of Eternity 2, and they added a turn-based mode in Pillars of Eternity 2. So going from this back again ruined it for me. In terms of like, I really struggled to get the mechanics down, and the story was good, the gameplay was good, but it was more refined in the second one. So I would say if you like turn-based strategies, stay with this one. But if you want to play through, yeah, like if you go back, it's like any game which is part of a series. If you've played a later one and then gone back, the mechanics are really weird, and there is a learning curve because you haven't refined it. It's the same with this one. That being said, your saves do import to this game for story reasons, and some characters will not be in this game. So some of your companions will not be in this game if you did a different playthrough. And some items won't appear, and some side quests won't appear. That being said, you know, you can also start this game with a pre-imported save. So it's good to have. It's good if you wanted to go back and play a challenge and see how they developed it. Personally, I like Pillars 2 over Pillars 1. So especially the turn-based combat, because for me, I'm a turn-based combat person. I like having the strategy and planning things out and doing all that. So in terms of like an order, I put Pillars of Eternity 2 first, then I put Baldur's Gate 3, then I do Divinity. Baldur's Gate at the moment has really good turn-based combat. The story is interesting, but they're working on it and they're adding stuff, and I can see what they're doing. With Divinity, they have a really good story, and it's really engaging. However, the mechanics are really... I dislike the mechanics immensely. It's really difficult to try and do a turn-based strategy with a character who, if I've accidentally moved, I've lost my turn. And there's no proper... It does my head in, basically. No, I did that wrong, but okay. With Pillars, it's a fully done game. It's not in early access anymore. The additional content's really good. And each of the characters... I mean, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing a No Dwarf Left Behind run, where basically all my party right now are not story characters. Apart from one of them, we've built them either on stream or that's my player character. They have no story option, and I'm just playing through the game. Every other party member you see around that isn't a dwarf, like this chap over here, are story characters with their own story content and story equipment and all this stuff. Me, I recruited them all so I could get to a certain point in the story with a certain bit of money, put them all on the ship with basic equipment. So all the party I'm playing as have the equipment I need, basically. So who am I playing as right now? I'm playing as Cat Person.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes. And when you critical hit, by the way, they explode. Yeah, and Yeah, oh, I gotta say, so multi-classing. They recommend they don't do multi-classing when you start the game. Me, personally, I did that with my first character, and it kind of made sense, because it basically locks you out of the last 2 levels of power. Yes, Trickster Rogues. Love them. When you multi-class, though, in this game, what I really love is that the 2 classes you have make a new class. So, say for example, take Tug Seaman. He's a...
Yes?
Hang on, if you want to play us.
You need my help?
Is that? Oh, it's the wolf at the moment. Let's end your turn. So, at the moment, Tug Seaman is a Holy Slayer, who is a Paladin and Rogue combined. So, when you multi-class, the 2 classes make a new class. And they actually name it for you. So rather than, like, say if you play D&D, you're like, oh, I'm a Bardlock, you know, I'm a Hexblade, I'm a Warlock Bard, for example. This one goes, actually, no, you're a Paladin, but you're a Rogue, so let's combine it together into a new class. The Rogue, so I've got in the party at the moment Tug Seaman, who's a Paladin Rogue, Constantin, who's a Barbarian Chanter, or a Howler, Marion, who's a Cypher Ranger, who's a Moonlight Godkin. I have Hela, who is a Fighter Rogue, or a Swashbuckler, and Ula, who is a Druid Wizard, or a Sorcerer. So, I gotta say, I really love it. In Baldur's Gate, at the moment, I'm playing as a Warlock for most of my run on that play, but as soon as the update drops for Rogues, I'm going to... as soon as the update drops for Rogues, I'm going to... not Rogues, Druids. I'm going to play a Druid for a run and see how that goes. Yeah, I like the up stuff in Baldur's Gate right now, and it is early access, which is not a problem. The issue I do have is that the rolling I really dislike, because I played through, depending where you're on Baldur's Gate, there is a hidden hideout you can go to at some point in the game. Let's escape. Let's escape. That's good. You can go to a hideout. I went into that hideout with most of my spells intact, and the RNG of it, seriously, I missed. I was in this small combat with 5 level 4 creatures and 4 level 3 beasts, and a party of 4, and it honest to God took me an hour, because every time I cast a basic spell, it missed. It had an 80% chance to hit, it missed every time, and like, it's like at one point I was like, do I cast this spell? No, it missed. Guiding Bolt, 99% chance to hit, misses. I'm like, it really bugged me more than it should. But no, now I know they're adding a feature in the new patch update with the unloaded dice, so you're more likely to get a higher roll. But that's only in conversations, not in combat.
I'm with you.
You can do. Where is
Cutting you
that?
down to size.
Where are you, Helen? Oh, you can't do anything. Okay. Let's just cripple that sailor. Me, when I first played this game, I played a Holy Slayer. I played a Snow Elf, Paladin, Assassin. So, One, D&D games. I'd say this one. Yeah, like the early access Baldur's Gate, it's good. I love where they're going with it. It's a shame it's not done, but also I'm glad I'm seeing the development. Like, I got it day one patch, and oh my god, the day one release broke my computer. It was so slow and buggy. And then day two later, the patch came out straight away and fixed it. In terms of a decent in terms of an actual like full D&D game, this is a good example. You still got the mechanics of D&D, you still got the backgrounds, the class, the character creator, and all that stuff, and it really works. The issue, like, if this is me getting on my soapbox about this game again. So, if Obsidian made Pillars of Eternity free, things I would change. One,
Yes?
personally speaking, the character creator on this is really good, but I'd want a way to see as you're going along. Like at the bottom they have like whereabouts you are in the process of creating, but I actually want to see like some of the mechanical stat stuff. So like if you do multi-class, what will your multi-class be called? I've played Pathfinder on PC and yeah, the Pathfinder one on me, mainly because I've played Pathfinder in real life as well, and it's oh dear. Again, that's a problem in this game. It does that sometimes, which is really sucks.
Poison awaits you.
The problem I find with Pathfinder versus this one is Pathfinder is so complicated to get all the stuff together. It just it really annoys me more than it should at how complicated it is to create a character and play the game. With this, it's a lot simplified, but it still works.
Yes?
Go this way and just cripple this sailor.
Little something for you.
Thank
This
you.
one's for this one's mine.
I'm with you. Reap the whirlwind.
So the first time I played this game, I played an assassin paladin, so another holy slayer. But I had an item that basically, if I killed a creature, I went invisible. So I had dual wielding swords, which gave me bonuses to attack, bonus to damage, poison effects, and all this. I then had, so I would go in, dual attack, kill them, go invisible, giving me automatic sneak attack damage and critical damage on my next attack. So dual wielding swords with various attacks, going in, attack, kill, invisible, attack, kill, invisible, attack, kill, invisible. If I wanted to, I could have soloed it, and I had healing on myself as well, which is just always good. With this one, like with pillars, all right, let's hang on. Let's take all this stuff. How much money have I got? I might create another character, maybe. Let's see what happens. So with this one, I think it's a better recreation of D&D. No, it wasn't the assassin slippers, interestingly. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Toxicity Rose, for the follow. Thank you. So the assassin slippers, it wasn't that. It was a cloak. Oh. I should look. It wasn't the assassin slippers, but it was similar to it. There was a cloak. The assassin slippers gave you dexterity advantages and made you quicker when you were invisible. The cloak was the one that did that. I also had the Watcher's Blade, which was awoken, so it gave me bonus damages if the Watcher was using it. Plus, I was a... How much gold have I have? I might create another character. I don't have enough gold to make the new character yet. It was... You know what? Saving this one, I'm going to check what my character was. We are quickly leaving. we were quickly leaving No Dwarf Left Behind to see what my character was. This character, by the way, is playing through some of the DLC. Where there's some DLC where basically you go to an island and you can fight gods and creatures as part of a tournament. It's interesting. I like it. I have people messaging me about stuff. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, right, so my character in this one is the level 20. He's a Bleak Walker's assassin. There we go. And he has the... yeah, the Stalking Cloak. Oh, no, it was the Assassin Slippers. My apologies. My apologies. It's the worst man. You know, yeah, it was the Assassin Slippers. So I had the Assassin Slippers, the Miscreant's Leather, the Fair Favour, the Protective Ephesian Charm with the Stalking Cloak, with the Gauntlet of Reliability. So, yeah, so the Gauntlet of Reliability had the chance to convert all proficient weapons from misses to grazes. The Slippers gave me attack to flank and do the Shadow form. I got bonus attributes from the Chameleon Touch, combined with the Stalking Cloak, which gave me more damage from stealth, more accuracy from stealth, and attacks which made from stealth stun targets. Combine that with the Miscreant's Level, which means I got a better chance to avoid getting hit, plus the Hell's Beckoning, which did extra penetration, extra accuracy, extra attack, and did corrode damage. Combine that with the Whispers of Yenwood, which converted 25% of my misses to grazes, and which then combined with the Gauntlet of Reliability meant I had a 40% chance to convert a miss to a graze, and then stacked with everything else, turn the grazes to a hits. He's just horrid. He's a horrid person to go into combat with. We also did a dagger version of him, where I had the Awoken Soulbound Marex Amrath dagger with Lover's Embrace, which just gave more damage, more accuracy, more like a plus 45% damage to everything. Plus combining that, it went stupid very quickly. Who's this one? This is my I think it's my monk build. This is my random monk. Random monk build. Random bit monk build. Random oh yeah, I just made random characters in this one. That was the point. Do I have Strand for flavor? Let's have a look. You know what? I need to... It's the necklace. I have Eversum's charm still. So, where is it? Have I given it to someone else? Oh, have I given it to someone else? I must have. Right, let's look at... Right, where am I? Right, let's go to the inn. Let's just change my party and try and find where it is.
Backstab that.
Let's try and find my party.
Auto challenge. What can I eat? Of course.
Right. Let's get rid of all these. Let's check this party.
Hey there.
And see if they've got it in here somewhere. So, do you have it? Strand of Favour. Yes, I'm swapping that with you. Why not? You can have your item back. Some Aerwith. Oh. Oh. So I get... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I forgot I could upgrade stuff in this game still.
For me? Oh, you're too kind.
What can I upgrade in this? Let's enchant. Ooh. I do love that. I do love that. Let's... No, I need to find Venom Sac for this weapon anyway. So, Edar is... Why is Edar in this? He's my swashbuckler. Shoti was a priest. Reaping Moon for my first save. Spellblade. Witch. I could do that. I could do that. Let's load. Let's save this one now and go back to dwarves. So yeah, that was the one I completed the first run through, and then I started doing the DLC. But yeah, that was my favorite. That was my first one. My first character I actually created was a moon god-like blood wizard. Was attacking another ship. I do love all the bugs in this game. I haven't actually encountered that many, apart from, you know, the random I'm trying to move around, I can't move through you bug. I haven't encountered that many bugs, but...
Yes?
And I don't think I've encountered any crashes actually as well, which is surprising. Divinity for me crashed so many times. I'm not sure about anyone else, but like Divinity crashed so much for me.
Something's protecting him.
Someone's protecting him, okay. You know what, while this is happening, because I've been on the stream for now 2.5 hours, I'm going to quickly take a break and get some more tea. So thank you all for joining. This has got a lot more people than I was expecting. So yeah, I will be back in a second, really. So yeah, I'm just gonna get some tea. And we're back. I have my tea, which is great. And also I have Hello Kitty right treat. Try hovering over the wait turn button after casting a spell. I will do that. When I have the spell, I will try that actually. So oh, that'll be interesting. So let's. Oh, that missed. Oh, right, that's not good. And yeah, No Lives Matter. Yeah, thank you for yeah, thanks. No problem with the information. I'm happy to do that again. Has to be a magic spell. Yeah, we'll find that one. To Ula's next, so she does cast stuff. Helpful.
Hey there.
Right, so hovering over the wait turn button after casting a spell. So let's cast. Just maybe this
You
way.
can trust me.
Cast. Okay, let's cast that, and then. So hovering over the wait or enter to the right, right. I have to. Sorry, I have to do my dyslexia to work over to the left and right. So let's hover over it. Next to the pause button. Oh, delay turn. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, must have fixed it. Which, to be fair, considering the game came out... The game came out now? 2 years ago now? It's not bad they've actually got all the glitches fixed. Considering there are like some games from, say, Bethesda, which still hold glitches into the first game. Yeah, no. Oh, hello, Cortana.
How about
Attack him.
this?
Yes? Compliments of the Queen.
Yeah, let's force choke that guy. Things I would love in Pillars 3. The ability to have a mode where you can choose if you start with your party or not. Or, you know, you start the game, choose, like, which companions to recruit along the way. Like, you can do that right now, you can hire a random companion and create them. But, like, an ability to have no story companions, but their items are somewhere in the world. Probably be a bit clearer in character creation about culture and backgrounds. Because I know some of the backgrounds only appear with certain cultures, so probably a bit more clear on that. This Fan Flames is going to be very good if no one hits me.
Can't get through.
That will do it.
Yes?
Right, Tug Seaman. Let's assassinate this guy.
Watch my hands. Killing someone? Oh, please.
So, I get lots of notifications from Kickstarter
Yes?
today. So, let's do that. Let's just take out why not? Let's just take out that guy.
I'll protect you. Something's protecting you.
You need my help?
And then another email from Apple. Okay, that's fine. So, like, have a mode where, like, so they have an Iron Man mode where you do it yourself, have a mode where you... Yeah, like that kind of... You know, like, the one where you, maybe, like, so you can actually switch out the companions, maybe. Or you can... I mean, it'd be more of a mod now at this point than anything else. But having a way to, like, mod your companions so they have more than their starting classes. For example, like, depending on what you did in Pillars of Eternity 1, Adir can either have... Adir, whatever. Can either be renounce faith or support the faith. So maybe rather than him being a rogue, he becomes more of a fighter paladin as the subclass bonus. Or that's fine, disengage. Let's blind you.
That's the way.
Like you can change that around. You can change Alof round, so he's more of a wizard fighter, or even have the ability to, like, so
I'm here.
having the ability so they actually have some subclasses. Like Adir doesn't have any subclasses, yet he can still get the main class. So maybe switching up a little bit like that.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
But that's more of a modding thing, I feel, at this point. Having it so you can customize your crew a bit more.
Reap the whirlwind!
If they made third one, though.
Yeah.
One, I really love the ship-to-ship combat in this. Like, at least the boarding side of it. I don't particularly like the actual mechanics of, you know... Oh! I will look for that mod. Or is it just a code you put in? Thinking about it. I can't remember what the code is called. Like, oh, command codes, yeah.
I'll protect you.
I will try no, I'll try a save doing that. Actually, I might do a run through doing that, because I still haven't completed all the various storylines, and I might do a run through where I'm just doing various things like that. I mean, this one's just that I want to go around as a party of dwarves killing people. And raiding ships. And killing people and raiding ships. But that'd be good, like... I mean, like... Maya... The life of me... Oh, that'll be... That is the D&D class I want to see in this game. The level 20 with a level in every class kind of deal. Like, Maya, for example, I don't think should be a geomancer.
Sure.
Like... Ooh. I'm not sharing the coins with the crew. You've already got enough coins. I'm gonna take everything. Because then... That's fine. Maybe like in Pillars 3, like they still have the ability to go around different maps like this. Because I really love the kind of way it's set up, where you do go from different instance to instance and it changes. There, oh look, there's another trading vessel. Shame's gonna be attacked, isn't it? What have we found? Anything interesting? No, nothing interesting, because we've only been attacking low-level ships. However, I am getting my money up, which means I could buy... He says, just quickly Googling, how much How much the next ship upgrade is. Don't need supplies. I don't need the anchors. I just want the actual ships. Don't want sails. Give me the ships. Don't. I want to know the ships. Right. 20,000, 35,000, 100,000. I do not have enough money yet to buy that. Voyager is the fastest. If I want to... You know what? While that loads up... let's just have a quick look at something.
Worse than rough.
You know what? Let's try this. So, so I have to kill these people first, and then I have a plan. Oh no, it's up there in the top corner. My bad. Okay. So what was this? Yeah, that's fine. Let's give... What's a reasonable amount of money? A reasonable amount, you know. Let's not go Sims billions. Let's give them. What's a reasonable amount of gold to give someone to buy the ships? 20,000. Huzzah! After this, we shall buy a ship. Thinking about it. Yeah.
Hey there.
Thinking about it as being very good. That would be a very good thing to do at the start of the game, rather than doing it halfway through. So I could put all my companions at the start and have them leveled up. But I shall live and I shall learn.
I won't hold back. Reap the whirlwind.
So like, if I did no dwarf left behind again, I'd probably put some cheat codes in at the start and get a lot more money and buy them at level 1. Or level 2 at least. And then probably try and kill the companions. Yeah, just level everyone up to the same level. Why the companions level 1, level is the level I am. And then go from there.
Like that, do you?
And then probably kill
Show me.
the other companion, the other story
Let's get
companions.
started.
Because I don't really need them around. Do the story stuff, but I ain't having them in the party. No. We've got to have So, like, of the original crew that you can get, the original companions you can get, I'd say the best one, single class, probably Jyoti as a Reaping Monk. Oh no, this is another one. We've killed a few of them.
You need
So,
my
because
help?
it's turn-based, they just go around quickly and sometimes take a bit longer to decide. But this is now, I think, the second or third ship since the break. And we've also added some cheats to it so we can buy a bigger ship, which should hopefully mean we can travel a bit faster. And I've been talking and drinking and eating.
I'm here for you.
So the slide at the bottom, yeah, just here. We turn the combat speed very fast.
I'll protect you.
This is how fast it goes. So we're currently on fastest mode.
Need something?
I'm here.
I'm literally just going to attack things, not even doing abilities, and to see how fast we can get it going. Yeah. Sometimes I will say the AI in this does go a little bit
You
weird
need my help?
sometimes.
I'm putting you down to
Like,
size.
you'll just like move and put weapons away, or it will like, oh, no one's here anymore, let's not attack them, or whatever.
Yes?
As you see, I'm literally just attacking them, not using any abilities. This is how quick it goes.
Not my area of expertise.
Same in
I've got it now.
literally same in
Yes.
like normal mode. No, I can't attack him. Okay. Don't you knock down my dwarf?
I'm with you.
Can't attack the dog.
Yes?
Oh yeah, we have Shark Boy as well.
The Everlight guides me.
Shark Boy appears better.
Yes.
What?
Me, I normally like doing them a bit slower, only because I'm one of those strange people
I'm here.
who just likes observing things for a bit. Taking the time. But no, that's how fast it can go when it's sped up. Let's take all, because we're gonna go buy a new ship. So we got 20,000 coins, let's go buy a new ship. Nagataka. Voyager. Trade. Simple. Then we leave. Go to the ship. Now go to this ship first. Take off all the stuff. We don't need any of this anymore. On here at least. I know there's a faster way of doing this. I just like doing this individually because I'm weird. So, here is our ship now. It's the Voyager. As your ship, you get different cannon options and positions to put people on your ship. So, one, our colours are red and black. And our ship name, let's have it in... let's have it in gold and just have the black hull. I like that idea. So, right, so who is a good navigator? Let's have Worthless Idiot. Cook. Let's have Irina. Eld is a very good surgeon. We need a good helmsman. And we need a good... At the moment we have no cannoneers. So we need to buy some cannoneers at some point. But we're not planning to do that so often. Let's fly the flag of the Watcher. Oh, and let's give everyone water and food. Yeah, so what... Yeah, so I think I did it once where, like, because as you do with RPGs, you... So I have multiple ships now. So I have the Defiant and the Voyager, but you can only choose one ship at a time. But, like, each ship gives you more crew to engage with when you're boarding, gives you more cannons, better speed. You can... So as it says here, you know, you have a minimum crew, speed, combat, and all this stuff. So if you're doing, like, ship-to-ship combat... This is where it comes into effect more often. So as you see here, you know, my hull's increased, my speed's increased, and all that. And but you have a minimum crew requirement, so you have to go recruit crew all the time. And you also have to, you know, feed and water your crew as well, as you do. So we're just going around on the Voyager, and this is going to be our active ship. So when we leave now, we're going to be on the Voyager. So let's go back by sea. Which we are here, actually. So there we go, we're on the Voyager, which is a bit faster. Yeah, you can purchase upgrades for your ships. So let's go back to Nekataka. You can. So you can buy different sails for the ships, different hulls for the ship, different cannon upgrades. So you get anchors. So your anchors is basically increase your combat speed and your travel speed. Your lanterns give you better travel speed. Your helm is better combat speed. You can also buy like a better captain's quarters for you, or a place to hold your pets, because you do get pets in this game. And they basically upgrade like that. So, but once you've bought the quarters, they equip to... They are selling palm sails, yes. 8,500. You know what? Let's... Let's give us... What's 14,000 plus 8,000. Plus, let's get a living anchor and a blight lantern, just so we've got everything on there, so we can show people we've got. Let's give a good 50,000. Let's buy one palm sail, one rudder, one lantern, one steel. Oh dear, that's quite a lot actually. And one captain quarters. And then, so we've got all them now. So we go to our ship icon. So we can, here, change the sails to having the palm sails. We can go to our anchor. Change the anchor. Change the wheel. Change the lantern. And let's give our captain's quarters. But it permanently equips it to the ship. So once you've got a ship... Like, what I used to do when I wasn't cheating, or giving me money, was I basically just bought the captain's quarters early on, and then wait till I had the ship I wanted, which is typically the most expensive ship. Okay, that's weird. So, permanently equip. So, hopefully now, when we leave port, our ships are a bit faster. Let's actually find a named crew to attack. No, you're still too powerful. So you can tell how powerful a crew is by... Yes, let's attack you. So you can either intimidate them, they'll give you money plus food. Combat naval. I never liked the naval combat, I must say. Let's board them. So as you see, we have a new ship, so that completely changes what our ship looks like. We have different lighting now, and we're still fast. Let's go over here. There's more crew to fight now, which might be an issue, but we should be fine. I do, yeah. Personally, upgrading the ship doesn't just upgrade it in ship combat; it also upgrades your traveling speed in the overworld. So, a lot of the game, you are going from different island to island to island, and that takes a long time, even with fast settings. So, upgrading it for me makes it faster to travel around, which I just like. I do occasionally try to do the ship-to-ship combat. It's one of those things like I like upgrading the ship in the overworld. Yeah, you gotta be fast. Like, it is one of those. For me, it's one of the weird things where I do go around with the ship. I tried it once or twice. It just really bugs me sometimes. Oh, Ultimate Endgame. Yeah, the world does end. So the story, people are interested, is you are chasing after a giant colossus who is stealing the souls of everybody for their own reason. You are tasked by the gods to stop this god, because, yeah. The ridiculously hard mode is Iron Man mode. Yeah. Hang on. Let's just attack.
I won't hold back.
I'm just gonna attack people. Why not? Since everyone's attacking me. Oh, you are attacking me. Oh, you are not a nice man. I do not like that.
Here, catch.
There we go. Let's heal a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, just do normal mode. Like, having a certain amount of time to do things is ridiculous.
What?
Let's run forward and attack you. At this rate, I might show you what wounds do to you. My character has to get wounded. Let's cripple that guy.
That's the way.
Could really use a hand here. Show me.
Okay, second wind. It's a free action. I can only do that once per game. And let's just kill this guy.
Watch my hands.
I guess
Killing
we'll
someone.
as well.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Right. I fully agree. The entire thing of the world is ending. Oh, by the way, can you help out all these? Can you go find all these bounties before the end of the world? And can you go out? You know, going out and can you kill all these guards? And also, can you go out and kill these people? And also, can you go out and find my son? And can you go out and find my mother? And literally, there's a lot to go around. Especially when effectively you have a war happening as well at the same time. It must be said, there is a war happening. Let's blind everybody.
Hey there.
Let's knock out this guy. Let's not gonna knock him out. It's gonna be unreliable. So yeah, like it does make sense, like having an ultimate god mode. What I'd like to see in actually, those who have played Pillars, what would you like to see in Pillars 3? I've talked enough about what I'd like to see. Those of you that have played Pillars 2 or played Pillars 1 or have seen some of the gameplay, what would you like to see in a Pillars 3 if they made it, which I think they should. And if they're not, Obsidian, get your shit together, you need to make one. Like, for me, I like all this stuff. I really do genuinely like, let's make them invisible for a minute.
Sadly, I cannot.
I'm here.
Like, I love the various modes you can do, I love the way multipassing works, I really love the combat, and the variety of stuff your characters can actually do.
The Everlight guides
I also genuinely, I really love the ship combat, and the boarding combat mechanics, and I really love how you can go around all the different islands to actually, you know, find people and recover people and all that stuff. If they actually made a third Pillars, I'd want to keep the mechanic where like you do have to travel around the islands, or you do have to travel around the world that way. Like, be it you have boats, or you know you have a carriage that you have to keep upgrading to go faster, or you get better horses and stuff. Make it more like a yes. Yes, I would like to see what the world looks like 100 years after Deadfire, considering what happens if you do end Deadfire. And in Avowed had better not be Pillars 3.
Hey there.
Like, Avowed, from what I've seen, looks very much like better Skyrim. Avowed, if people don't know, is from Obsidian. Yeah, that's fair. So Avowed is basically it's a first-person perspective game by the looks of it. Or at least from the reveal trailer, it looks all first persons, possibly VR. Where if you've played Skyrim, you have a sword in one hand and magic in the other. That's what it kind of looks like. I hope it's not that, but we shall see. I would say, like, there are a lot of decent, unique weapons. I'd love to see more soulbound weapons, as well as some like I said, like a bit earlier. There are lots of very unique swords, not a lot of very unique maces, or there are lots of unique. There are only like 3 unique arbalises, arquebuses, I believe, and one of them soulbound. So having a lot more variety, I agree. I agree having like more variety of weapons and different types, and having the main story be probably. The story is long, but a lot of the story is like you're based on you have to work for a certain faction to get further on.
I'm here.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. Like they have hardly any flails, yet they have so many swords, and you can create so many swords.
Dagger.
There is Shoti's sickle is one of the only unique hatchets, which doesn't really say a lot because it's a unique item you get early on, but it's for like a player character. And so a lot of the armor I've got on a lot of my crew right now is I basically took it off the player character, the main story characters, and gave it to them because you know, you can't find some of this stuff later on, which is
I'll
ridiculous.
protect you.
I'm with you.
I would say like if they made a smaller world map, but had a lot more in it. So some of the locations, because it is this type of game, do look similar, and you do start seeing the same kind of areas in different places. Apart from like major story areas, they all look. Major story areas do look different, but like ship-to-ship combat is going to look similar wherever you go. Some of the wild areas. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I will try and change that. There we go. And I'll try and change the audio. I can do that. Let's try that. If that works. And true, yeah, I've not shown it because I've not gone too far, unless I go and pick up that one companion we all know about. I'll go pick the companion up after this. Just because we've got him, even though he doesn't actually do anything for this playthrough right now. Like, admittedly, it's an archipelago. There's going to be lots of ocean. Yeah, to the east, yeah. That guy. But, like, yeah, you do, like, spend a lot of time just going around aimlessly. And especially if you've never played the game before, the fog, like, the fog on the map, like, I'll show you all again once we're out of combat. The fog on the map is a little bit disorientating if you've never played the game before. If you've played the game before, you know roughly where to go. And some key locations are highlighted for you to go to, which you can choose to travel to, but along the way you will encounter lots of things which you're like, oh, I should go there.
I'm here. Killing someone? Oh, please.
Yes?
Oh, I forgot there's quite a lot of people here. That's probably something I should work on.
Hey there.
Like this is an issue I think a lot of people have with kind of open world games. It's not an open world game, it kind of is, but it isn't. Like, it's an open world in the sense that there is a lot to do. And, you know, once you've got on your ship, you can theoretically go anywhere. Some locations do give you a hint it's a bit strong and a bit out of your level based on the skull system. Yeah, like there is that balance, you know, of, you know, you do want to reveal the whole map. But again, if you're on want to reveal the whole map, but you also know you've got a time limit, that kind of changes a little bit about what you're doing. It is good though. Like it's that whole thing of like, I think I've played enough open world games where they've got some really good maps, which are really big, but there's like long periods of time where you're not encountering anything. And when you've got modes of the game where you do have to, well then again, like if you've got those modes, they're probably for people who've already played the game before, so that would change it a little bit. Like maybe like having a few of the maps changed to be slightly different.
I'll protect you.
Be it, you know, they like you can stay up, like there aren't that many large islands because it's an archipelago, but maybe having it so some of the, like, if they did do a game where it's like 100 years after Deadfire, or they include some of the mainland as well, like having larger locations where you can actually travel around on foot rather than on boat. Because when you do get to a large enough location, you do travel around on foot, which is fine. But like which gives you a bit more opportunity to discover some things. Let's try and cast. I'm not gonna cast that. I'm just gonna.
Cutting you down to size.
I'll do. Oh, and you've got shield up, you captain. it is the age. It is kind of like the age-old thing of like, how do you balance out having a sandbox that you want all your players to adventure in while not trying to overburden them. Having the map with the whole Fog of War on it, with some locations highlighted for you to go to, does help players if they don't know what to do. If you want players to just explore the map and make it so it's good to explore, then just do it. Kind of like, people will actually enjoy exploring going to the locations and going, oh no. Like, if you see there's too many skulls there, you're like, yeah, that's too powerful for me, I best not go there right now. Have I still got that in? I do, yes. Then let's do that to you. Like, oh, there's a game I was playing recently that was like Skyrim. Skyrim gives you the whole map, but if you want to find the locations, you need to walk there and get there. Like, it shows you the whole map. It shows you like where the main locations are. There's no Fog of War. You just discover things as you go. That I think would have worked well here, where they like not just like the main island that you have to go to, which you kind of work out from, but having a few particularly large settlement locations highlighted. Like,
I'll protect you.
I'll show everyone what the world map looks like after I've killed this ship and taken all their booty. Yeah, that is. I must say that is the whole thing. You know, it is the balancing. There is the balancing, you know, without holding people's hands too much. So, right, now we've done that, I'll show you what the world is. So right now, takes a sip of tea. Right now, we are in Neketaka, which is here. That's Neketaka's island. What you can do is you can go on the island and then go on foot, and you can go to different locations. Like, you can go down to the Weebut Otangaloa, and you can go to the canopy. Some of the locations, as you can see here, indicate they are quite high. Probably means don't go there if you're reasonably low leveled. But that's the map with not lost the world exposed. You know, it shows you where some of the ships are. It shows you some locations you can go to. Some key locations are highlighted, like Dunmage and Fort Deadlight, the island you start off at. Harbinder's Watch is a DLC. I believe Sango was a DLC. No, that's the other DLC's up here. But we're going to go east because, and this is fast mode. So fast mode's on. This is how fast the ships can go. We're just going to go east. There's another ship. Keep going east. Just keep going east. Ah. I didn't want to do that. Okay. We sailed into a storm. That's my fault. So again, for those who haven't played the game before, some of the story beats take appearance of the books, which is a really nice art style, to be honest, and depending who's in your crew depends on some of the challenges you can take. So we can assign crew orders. Yeah, avoiding the storms, they do ruin ships. There is an item you can find, which some people who play the game knows what the item is. It's a soulbound item where it requires you to sail into a storm, and I got to say, not knowing what would do if you sailed into knowing what happens if you sail into a storm, and then not knowing what that item will do when you sail into a storm, very much plays your mind like whether you want to attune to it or not. Let's assign duties. Yeah, let's make sure the helmsman doesn't go overboard. Let's secure the rigging. Put out the fire in the galleys. And let's prepare to go in. And the good thing I do like about this game is, you know, if there's if there's a word that you're not sure what it means, highlight it. It does give you, like, you know, if it's a person, it gives you a bit of back experience about them. If it's a term you're not sure about, it tells you what to do. Let's heaving to a success. That's good. As you can see up here, it tells me what's happened. Days passed. Let's see what happens there. That was a success as well. Gained experience. Morale's gone up. It's almost passed. We gain experience, rank, set experience. So that was not as bad as it could have been, thankfully. But as you can tell, we've not gone that far. But I'm gonna keep going this way. Keep going this way. A day's passed. Keep going this way. Oh no, there's a ship chasing me. Stop chasing me. Go away. Go away, ship. Just going this way. Keep going this way. Edge of the map. Right. So somewhere around here is this. Here we go. Another story. Found a man drifting on some flotsam. Oh, I forgot I meant to be cruel. Bring him aboard. If you're a priest or a paladin, depending which god you serve, you can. It suggests which of the options you gain more benefit from, and which ones you get negative from. If you kind of want, but you can get an upgrade as you level up to mean you get a better bonus from following what your tenets of your god should be. Oh yeah, here is Reke. He does not speak any common. Let's do Reke, welcome aboard. Let's mate him a brawler. Then leave him there. Oh, Constantine leveled up. Yeah, that's it, the Borg weapon. Yeah, which I gave in that playthrough. I think I gave it to Kehu, only because obvious reasons. Give it to Kehu. Let's give up some intimidation. So one thing for Barbarian or Chanter. Oh, for both. Then for sure, because I'm surprised we haven't got it already, let's give him a Frenzy. And I do need to improve his chanting a little bit. Actually, let's give him more powerful ability. You know what? Let's have him summon skeletons. Why not? So, as a chanter, as you chant more, your phrases go up. The more phrases you have, the more stuff you can cast. Now that's done. Let's go back into the world map. And then let's go back to... Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? So yeah, so that's how big the map is from there. Let's go back to Neketaka, only because I want to raid one more ship. and just see what happens. So Deadfire Company, not going to attack him right now. He's quite powerful. Here's an island, which you can. So that means you can land at an island and explore stuff. You can find items in abandoned places and stuff if you wanted to. You gain experience by traveling around. There's another captain. Ah, the Tangaloa's Mall. I remember you. I'm not going there yet. Let's go more this way. Keep going this way. Speed. Again, like, as you can see, like as every day you travel, you're spending more and more stuff, which if you're doing a speed run, is not good. And what level is Captain Frennick? He's the Deck of Many Things ship. So, there was some DLC released, which introduced this ship and others to the game. You can buy stuff, or rob it. I think on my version I bought one thing and then robbed it.
My fellow captain.
Captain Thanek at your service.
Allow me to be the first to welcome you aboard my humble vessel.
The Deck of Many Things. Below you will find merchants from every corner of Aeora, each vending an assortment of wares both rare and unusual. Lest you think us easy marks, know that we have bested pirates and monsters of every sea. Cross us, and we'll be adding your shiniest bits and pieces to our inventory, and your bodies to Andra. But let it not come to that. Please come below, my new friends, and explore what the deck offers.
Yeah, I love this ship. This ship was just such a good addition. And we're still running around quickly. Just running around. Running around. I can't buy anything, just gonna run around. If I had, if I had more time, I do have more time right now, but I need more experience, I think, personally, to actually write this out. I'd love to run a campaign, a D&D, a TTRPG campaign set in this world, including all the, you know, including like all the various subclasses you could choose.
Ado, and welcome, amico. Might I interest you in a new cloak?
Let's see what you have. What does Village Fall do? Ah, interesting. Lockdown's interesting one. Sash of Judgment. Missile Gloves. Boots of Speeds. Boots of Stealth. Boots of Evasion. The Troll High One. The Tricorn Hat! Oh. I did see the tabletop, I think. Let me just double check. Wow, I have so many people trying to message me from the UK today. I am not in the UK right now, I'm in America, for those of you who don't know. Oh, I didn't realise they actually did a system. Interesting, I did not know that. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Huh. That's right. He went out with the effectively I moved. Okay, I got a job in the US a couple of years ago, and I emigrated for the job, and then without going into a lot of details, because I've said this a lot before to people, the job I was working for terminated my contract very suddenly, i.e. 4 days after I got married, to an American. So, you know, 4 days after getting married, suddenly being told you've been terminated from your contract. Great. So I'm living in the US. I'm from England, living in the US. My wife is an American and works. And currently I'm going through an immigration process to basically sort out what my immigration status is. Because it's not as easy as people think. More so that I had a lot of people when everything first kicked off said, "Oh, you're married to an American, you're fine." No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that you know what process you have to take to become a legal citizen here. Well, not citizen, that's different. Basically, so you can be legal here. So at the moment, we're going through an immigration process. We've completed one hurdle of it yesterday, which was basically going and giving the US government my face, a photograph of my face, my fingerprints, and my signature. So that's basically where we're at right now. It is a pain, considering that I came here to work, and then I'm now not allowed to work. Legally, I'm not allowed to work. And I will say, I had people suggest to me I work under the table. No, because as part of the immigration process, that'll actually be worse on my wife, who would actually get sued by the US government if I was found to be working. I am not working. Hence, I don't earn any money from anything I do. Literally, it's very weird. Like there's a very long PDF of. Yes. So if you're on a student visa, so I came on an R1 worker visa. So I was a religious worker visa. I actually worked for churches. I was my full title was Next Generation Coordinator at a Methodist church, which basically means I oversaw all of the ministry for people ages 0 to 21. So I ran, organised all of that, including like the long-term strategy and planning, as well as the practical day-to-day stuff, which I loved. I genuinely loved my job. It stressed me the hell out towards the end of it, because since I was terminated from the job, I realised that job, they were gaslighting me quite a lot. And like, not like it's in my head gaslighting, like I was tracking whenever I made a suggestion and they all rejected it, yet when someone else suggested the exact same thing, it got accepted. So I've tracked this a lot. So it was not a healthy situation to be in, especially being a Brit in an election year. There was a lot of stress, so I'm glad to be out of it, but I really did enjoy my job. So as I was here on a worker visa, I basically I could only work as a religious worker, which is just annoying. But more so when they terminated me, they actually voided my visa. So I had to very quickly work with me and my wife had to very quickly work together to work out what my situation was. So we got some lawyers involved. We effectively worked it out. Which basically means I'm doing what I'm doing now, which is doing things I enjoy doing, like playing games. I enjoy streaming. I enjoy playing playing TTRPGs, and all that. So while we work out the process and what that means, so yeah, that's basically where we are right now. Like, there's not really much I can do about it, sadly. But I do like the TTRPG. Like, if it's... That is... I'm just having a quick look at it. Ooh, I do like that. Yes, 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 I love some of the stuff on here. I might try and run this one day. I do. Yeah, yeah. Working for a church has its own struggles. Oh, yeah, you're with the NHS. Yes. One. Look, like, fair play to you that, like, I have lots of friends who work with the NHS in various capacities, and, you know, the work you guys do is amazing. And, you know, you should be fully paid and fully supported for what you guys in the NHS do. And sure, it has its issues, as all companies do and all organisations do, but, you know, if you haven't heard it today, what you're doing is amazing, and thank you for doing what you're doing with the NHS. The amount of times I had to argue with certain Americans saying, hey, the NHS is rubbish, I'm like, no, actually, it's really not. There is faults in it, yes, but it's brilliant. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, the best one I had one. I had one chap from the church who, when I was telling him about, I think like the day before the UK, my brother had texted me saying he'd gone to A&E and did it himself and all this, and I was saying this the next day to this chap, and he went, "So how much did it cost you?" I went, "Oh, it cost him nothing. It's the NHS, it's free, the point of access, you know." And he went, "Oh, socialist medicine." I went, "Yes. It's not a bad thing, you know. Yeah, it's, you know, cost a bit on taxes. Like if my wife went to the UK and we emigrated to the UK, we'd have to pay a lot of money to the NHS for her to be able to use it as part of the immigration process. But you know, it's free, at the point of access, and that is amazing. No, socialist medicine." Considering that, you know, he's a veteran and gets free healthcare from, you know, as part of the veterans hospitals, you know, socialist medicine, whatever. But anyway, yeah, churches, I've worked for a few, but this church that I worked for recently was, yeah, like me and my wife worked out, it was, so I had to get some dental work done, and she has to get some dental work done. It's actually cheaper for us to fly to the UK, get all our dental work done in the UK, including paying for it, because some of it does require paying, and fly back and pay for a hotel every day that we're there getting it sorted. It would be cheaper to do that than go through insurance in the US. Like, even like if we emigrated back to the UK, if we emigrated to the UK with my wife, it would be cheaper to pay the fees to the NHS for her to be in the UK as part of the immigration process than it would be to, it'd be cheaper over, we have to pay, like, I think it's like £1,200 over the space of twice over 5 years, so 2,400 in total. We pay like 2,400 for insurance per year here. No, not for a year. It's like for like 4 months of insurance. So it's cheaper to go to the UK for 5 years than it is to stay here. Well, $2,400, which translates to around about £2,000. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, I had to pay my we have something called COBRA insurance, which is like health insurance when you're not working, and because I was an immigrant and my status was in dispute, I couldn't apply for any health insurance. I'm going to switch to this mode actually while we're talking, rather than playing a game for a minute, which is now messed up my thingies around. That's not good. Okie dokie. Anyway, so yeah, it was something stupid like it cost me $800 to get my health insurance covered it is really a truly capitalist country. Like, it cost me $800 to get 4 months of coverage, and even then, when I went to go get some dental work done, it cost an extra $2,500 just to get the even with insurance. So I had insurance, and it still cost me an extra $2,500 on top of the $700 I paid to get coverage in the first place for 4 months. It's ridiculous, genuinely ridiculous, and everyone knows it. Like, everyone genuinely knows it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so yeah, but I'm here. So I do some writing for like TTRPG stuff. I'm actually in some 1 or 2 stream games at the moment. I've got a few games coming up, and I play Deadfire alongside Civ 6, Baldur's Gate, Idle Champions. I play a lot of games actually. I try to stream some stuff from the PlayStation, but that didn't work in the end. But yeah, so that's what I do. I just play games and talk to people and drink tea and preach occasionally. But yeah, you know what? I've been streaming for 3.5 hours now. This is the longest I've done a single stream. So I think I'm going. Heck yeah. Like, I have tried my hardest in the US to not get sick. Like, the worst I was in the US, the worst time I've been ill was like I had a migraine and I literally went out and bought tablets, didn't go see a doctor. Dentist was too much money, didn't go see a dentist. My mouth hurt, I want to go check a dentist and realised I needed to get some stuff done. And then my wife paid for it all, is paying for it all, because it's part of the immigration, she has to show she can look after me. So effectively I'm a glorified pet. Thank you, American government, for all that. It is really sad. Like, I remember a friend of mine was basically was from England, was encouraging her American friends to say, if you see someone in the street who's injured, don't be afraid to call for an ambulance. Like, you're not going to charge them, you're not going to give them any debt. And I'm like, what kind of mentality is that fostering people, where it's like you have a choice between helping someone out but knowing that you're going to saddle them with debt because you have to pay for the ambulance call out? Like, it is ridiculous. But with that, I've been streaming for nearly 3.5 hours, so I'm going to call it a day. Probably have some more substantial lunch rather than Hello Kitty rice crackers. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's come out to the stream today. Nice to meet you too. Yeah, like, thank you for everyone who's been in chat earlier. Thank you for creating the characters. Thank you for the conversation, and thank you all for being here. I do stream periodically. It is very random when I stream. I'm trying to make it like every Friday if I can. But yeah, I will stream random games. So follow, doing the whole the weird YouTube streamer thing I dislike. If you like the stuff you're seeing, follow this channel. I don't know. I do have a Twitter, which is all the links are going to be in the doobly-doo afterwards. And yeah, I'm on Twitter. Come say hi. I stream on here periodically. I write stuff occasionally for D&D if you're interested in that. And yeah, aside from that, it's been lovely chatting with you all, lovely meeting you all in chat, and I will do this again sometime. So see you in a bit. Thank you very much. Bye.